Sheesh. Gross. So for the meat, there's only two options. $9.98 for 2 pounds, and that's fresh. Or you can get frozen hamburger patties for $9.98 for 12 patties.
They only have 2 pounds of fresh ground beef for $9.98.
Not really a lot.
That's it?
We're going to have to research some of the problem is, like, we are limited in terms of, like, I called that Sprouts. I don't have enough staff to make a phone order today. So that's out in terms of another place. And then Vaughn's, they said when I tried to go to their website, it was blocked. So by the time, so we're kind of screwed again. So I feel like I have to start working on next week order, like this week.
Well, what you do is, throughout the week, you can also grab your produce order. It doesn't have to all be today, and I can make stuff with the things that we have, so you can keep on building up the produce order. And then we try to get it together on Sunday. Everything that we have, we write down an inventory list of the things that we keep inside and things that we want. Whatever it is, we go down it, we check it, and then on Friday or Monday, we go down the inventory list and we place the order with them. If they have our inventory list,
Because we've been ordering from?
Anywhere
Right.
anywhere that's a business that does food, they do business inventory lists based off of places like this. We have 15 people here.
Right.
So we're making big orders.
Right.
So we can give them an inventory list of the things that we want and we keep, and they'll keep that on record.
Right.
So Friday and Monday, when we tell them, we'll go down our list, they have it over there. We want 3 of A, 6 of 6, whatever. They'll keep us at that price because we're making those big orders, and it makes it 10 million times easier.
Right.
We know
Instead
what
of
they always
reordering
have.
every
Yeah,
time.
every week and stuff like that.
Right.
We'll know that, hey, make the same order as last week or whatever.
Right, because that's essentially what we're doing is pretty much comping this last week, but with like a few things, like I feel like that I noticed ran out in terms of like maybe ordering like a little more. So because we didn't go up to budget last week, we were
I know.
under. So like maybe ordering like 2 more pounds of sweet potatoes because we ran out of that like really
Sweet
fast.
potatoes is fine. Also, make sure you include that oatmeal, the oatmeal into this, and everybody knows that since these are the staple things, if you divide this by 2 months or a month of food, it comes into this equation perfectly fine.
Right,
like
but that's going to be separate in terms of. So I'm going to try to get that bulk order. I have to present it as a group. So I've been working on it, but that's going to come out of separate. That's going to come
that
out.
should still come out of the food, but.
Well, I just have to calculate. Yeah,
calculate
how
much it really ends up being. You know, the serving size that we do is a 36 serving size per container. If your ordering is 40 pounds or something like that, the servings come out to be like 250 or something like that.
I ended up seeing this other one that was, you know, like those 6-gallon tubs?
Yeah.
I found a 6-gallon tub one.
Of the Quaker Oats?
It wasn't Quaker, it was other rolled oats, but But
Yeah,
basically
so 6
that
pounds of that, you find out what the serving size of
right.
that is.
So this will be the last week that I'm ordering oatmeal and beans and rice.
And then we just do the bulk orders for everything else, for the rice, for the beans, for the Quaker Oats.
Exactly.
And then we don't actually have to order that stuff every other time, but it still fills in as a price that we paid for.
Right.
So each week, we just take it down.
I have the prices here. Yeah. So I just divide it by the number of weeks. But right now we don't have the Amazon Prime set up. So we'd get it, so that's why we can't like count it. It's just I just had to get the group.
Prime today. We're going to do at least a 30-day trial.
Okay.
So when we do the 30-day trial, we'll be, kind of straight until next month.
Right.
But at least we'll be able to get everything we need now.
Right. But I mean, like, so it'll start for next week's order. So that's why this week I'm just going to do it by phone with the same place.
Okay.
And then once the group votes, I can place that. And so for next week, it'll start the fresh way.
So,
also, they only have pinto beans in terms of that bulk, is that fine?
Yeah, pinto beans are
I
perfectly
mean,
fine.
beans are beans.
Plenty of things with pinto beans.
Okay. And then in terms of the gluten-free flour, like, how much does flour usually go?
It depends on where you are. It depends on what size you're buying. Like, you can buy a bag of regular white flour for $2.39. It's 2 pounds.
That's how much?
$1.39 where I'm from.
Okay.
In California, I don't know the exact number prices. We haven't had to buy flour, so.
Okay.
How much is the rice flour, though? I mean, you know what's ridiculous and what's not.
Well, I guess I'm not really sure. Because I just, like, looked at the first one that popped up on Amazon. I didn't ask these people what their rice flour was. That's why I just wanted to know how much rice.
You found a bulk size or something?
It was only 4 pounds, but that's not really a bulk size.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so that's why it's not really good.
That each one of those bags that we had that were in there were 5 pounds.
Those white ones are a 5-pound bag?
They were 5-pound bags.
Okay, so I have to ask her how much.
How much was it?
It was $14.93. Yeah, it's too much.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. If you can get it for like $10, that's saying more than 14. That's way too much. Because
so
with that price, you
10
can
pounds
get,
for how much?
if you can get 5 pounds.
I mean, I'm really the only one gluten-free. I don't care. It's fine. I just would have to. That's why the menu has to happen. If, like, you choose to make things with meat or even
I don't
dairy.
mind. But here's the thing. I don't mind making everything gluten-free.
Right.
And if that's a healthier option, I can still do the same breads. I can still do everything else.
Right.
And that allots for everybody eating whatever it is that I make, instead of having to make a separate meal for you or having to make more of a protein for you or another bread or something like that. I'm trying to get it so that everybody can be on a medium point. So what you can do is, if you can find that, that's a sacrifice that we'll just take. You know, for that.
I just feel like for the group, like, to have to spend more, like, I don't know if right now is a good time for that because we're still not making bank.
I mean, we're not making bank, but a $3 difference for flour.
It's not a big deal.
That's not a big deal, especially when we're coming back off on other stuff like the bulk beans and the rice.
So you feel like $10 for 4 pounds
$10 for 4
would be a good
pounds.
price, but okay.
Yeah.
So I'll ask her if she has any gluten-free flour and how much it is.
Yeah.
So would you need flour for this week?
Yeah.
And then what do you want to do about the meat?
Because I'm going to do tacos.
We're going to get those 3 bags that you said, the 3 chicken bags.
Yeah, the chicken breast, yes. That is actually really good.
So then do you feel like you need the meat also? If we're doing the 3 pounds?
We're still dealing with 13 other meat dish.
No, I'm just saying in terms of, like, if you're thinking of your week.
Yeah, I'll have the menu out. I actually just thought of a whole bunch of different recipes that I could be able to put together. We'll do the 3 bags of chicken, and if one of the bags goes over to next week, that just means, we'll order 2 bags of chicken next week and not 3.
Okay. And so how much for the hamburger?
The ground beef, we were going to do tacos this week. So 2 pounds isn't really that much. But you said they only come in 2-pound containers?
Well, meaning it's 2 pounds for $10 versus you can get the whole thing of hamburger patties and just mash that up. And that's 12 patties for $10.
Right, but see, that ground beef it's not really ground beef. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying when we bought those hamburger patties before, that's actually really hard to try to cook them and then cut them up like that.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, is that price for ground meat?
Just do the 2 pounds.
Okay.
We'll do the 2 pounds, and because I'm going to give everybody options. So they can choose between fish taco, beef taco, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Did they have a pot roast by chance?
No, I'll ask her when I call back.
Because we have all that cabbage in there. We also have potatoes in there. I was going to do mashed potatoes, cabbage, pot roast. And then for the non-meat eaters, we can do a veggie side of that.
Beans inside. Okay.
Also,
I'll find out.
cornmeal.
Cornmeal. Oh, that's true, because that's gluten-free. Okay.
That was another thing that I was thinking about. I can make a lot of breads with cornmeal.
They have that in bulk. I saw the bulk for cornmeal. So should we just get cornmeal bulk?
Yeah, if we can get cornmeal. Well, for this week, I'd like to have some, but just maybe a regular bag. The bags are typically the same thing as flour.
So should I get cornmeal instead of grits?
Grits is not like cornmeal. You don't cook cornmeal like.
No, I know,
grits.
but meaning like if you're like first all the greens, or you feel like having both.
Do you think we're gonna get that oatmeal this week?
I'm still gonna order oatmeal, but I'm just gonna order it the way we've been ordering it.
Okay, well in that case, substitute. You can substitute the grits for the
cornmeal this week.
The cornmeal.
Okay.
At some point in time, we'll be able to have both those grits and the oatmeal on the shelf.
I'll see what it ends up coming out to. And in terms of the recipes you've been doing, is there anything?
We've actually The vegetables that you've been getting are the ones that I've been basing it off of, but we need onions and garlic.
Yeah, I have that.
You know, and instead of 1 clove of garlic, like 3 cloves of garlic. I know they're like 70-some cents each, but because other people have been using some of that stuff. Now that we have that rule implemented, I don't think we're going to have an issue with that.
Okay.
We still have plenty of sugar, salt we have, pepper we don't have.
Any pepper, okay.
Cinnamon we have. I really don't need anything past that.
I put butter on here too.
Thank you. Yeah, butter is something that we need. We have tons of milk, and that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out a menu with a couple of things that I know and see if I can come up with something.
And now we have the tomatoes, so we don't need the tomato paste cans.
We don't need tomato paste cans or anything.
Are you going to be able to make something with the squash, or do you need a blender?
Oh, yeah, I can use the squash. I used them this morning inside of the frittatas.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
I used 4. It was 4 of the squash, the ones that were going bad first. Diced them up and put them in there, and then I took 2 of the extra ripe tomatoes and diced those up and put them inside that frittata.
Yeah, the frittata is really, and that stretches the eggs too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if we have that every morning, like that was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
So I can do stuff like that.
Great!
Thank you, mademoiselle.
I'll keep you posted.
Thank you.
And I guess if they don't have the roast, like how much would you spend on it too, actually? Let me just say that.
I don't know the prices out here for California. Like, I really don't. In Mississippi, a pot roast would probably cost me like $14. Here, I really don't know. When you find out how much it is, ask them if they have any in stock, and they can tell you how big it is in the price instead of how much it is per pound. Because
how much is one pot roast, or how much is a chicken?
Much is one of your pot roasts in comparison to how much is it per pound.
And then I'll ask if they have like a chicken, because if maybe they don't have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you're getting that.
We're already getting the chicken breast.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, could you always make that for dinner then with it, then?
Yeah, I could. I was just trying to, I know some people wanted like the meat pot roast with the gravy and the cabbage and that would be like a nice little staple. Just one pot roast, as cheap as you can get it.
I'll see if they can though, because it's not even they don't have everything. Like they don't even they don't have like all items.
Yeah, if they got one, then that'd be great. If not, then if they have a whole chicken, see if they have a whole chicken, I can just do that.